Hello.
Hello. Hi, Raj.
Let me plug in my earphone again.
Definitely. Okay. All right. Can you hear me, Raj, now?
Yeah.
Ah,
Hello.
yes. You're audible. I can hear you.
Yeah, it's good now. Hello. Hi.
Good morning. What's up?
So,
How you doing?
good morning. Uh, I've just woken up.
Hmm. Okay.
And how have you been?
I've been doing pretty well. I was wondering where because you have not been taking sessions lately with me, I guess. So I'm seeing it. I'm seeing
Oh,
you
I
after a
was
long.
busy.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe after a week or a little more than that because I was busy
Uh,
in wedding season.
okay. Okay. Uh, whose
Yeah.
wedding is going on?
Oh, it was my friend's wedding, so we enjoyed
Okay.
a lot.
Great. Amazing. Okay. 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 All right. I hope you're doing well and practicing on regular basis.
Yeah, I am trying my best.
Hmm. Okay. Do you normally take sessions in the morning?
Not really, but I found one with you because it's been long and I was free, so I thought, let me try.
Okay. Okay. All right. I had been meaning to have this interaction with you because the last time when we met was almost 10 days ago, and we had a very fruitful discussion. I do remember
Yeah,
you, me.
yes, of course. We had
We had
switched the roles.
we had role reversal, and you were my
Hmm.
trainer, and I was a student. But yeah, I had a wonderful session on that day as well. So anyway, it's always good to have you back. So okay. Uh, So everything's going well at your end, I believe.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay.
and
What are
how are you?
Yeah, I've been doing pretty well. It's wonderful. I would say everything is on place, taking sessions on and off.
Okay.
Can't complain. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any plans for the day that you have set for yourself?
Oh, like I said, I have just woken up, so I thought that I can miss this because after that I had some other work like the general daily work
Uh-huh.
and but I'm on time. I did not miss that much maybe.
For the
I mean,
session?
I joined it on time. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on time. Yeah. Okay. 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 All right. How's the weather over there, Raj?
Oh, the weather is pleasant and it has changed quite a bit because just a week ago it was quite cold early morning or late evening, but now it is almost like a summer. It's not summer, of course. The weather has changed and what we call spring. Yeah. So the
Hmm.
spring has arrived.
Hmm. And what's your favorite season?
This is this favorite one where you don't feel that cold or and you don't have to bear the brunt of summer as well.
Hmm. Okay. All right. And can you tell me about the season that you are a least fan of? Like you are not
Uh,
particularly fond of the season?
Particularly summer, because summer is something that is too much out of control. You don't even want to bear with all those things,
Hmm.
and the kind of sweltering hot season we experience these days. In fact, the way the climate has changed, and because of which the surge in the temperature. For example, last year, last year was the uh, hottest in the history. So at some places in the world, around the world, uh, even the temperature touched even 55 or more than that. So, which is, I mean, unbelievable. You can't believe it, and you can't what we say unbearable,
Unbearable, yeah.
unbearable. Of course,
Yeah.
because the moment temperature touches 40 and goes above, it
Uh-huh.
becomes unbearable. You don't want to go outside. You just
Uh-huh.
want to be under the roof, or maybe somewhere. Even if you go outside, you find you are constantly finding some shadows,
Mhm.
whether of trees or of houses or anything else, but you can't be in the sunlight because of the sweltering hot.
Mm. Yeah.
So
So,
I do not like summer at all.
mm, mm, mm. Okay. And what do you do in during summer to beat the heat? How do you bear this scorching heat that you find in summer? Especially, I think Kolkata is a very hot region, especially in summers, right? It gets very hot. The temperature rises up to almost 40, 45. Because I have experience while I was in Durgapur over there in my college. So the temperature
Okay.
would go up to 45. Yeah. And I would stay home all day, entire day. Nobody would even dare to step out. How do you beat the heat? How do you manage?
Uh,
Yeah.
so I generally try to stay behind. I mean, try to stay inside the home, and I would generally go outside only during the evening. And
Mm.
since I am a part-time tutor, so it works for me that way, because I can take sessions, or yeah, I mean I can give sessions just in the evening for 4 and 5 hours, and I don't need to go outside during the daytime, the midday. So
Mhm.
that is how I bear with it. But I am quite worried that how would people, or how would I bear with it if I have to work uh, for the full time. Like, you have to go outside no matter what, because you can't stay at home. You have to step out of your house, and it becomes unbearable even at as early as 9. The kind of weather we were talking about in those season, after 8:30 or 9:30, you can feel that heat. You feel like, okay, now I don't want to go outside. I have to find somewhere uh, where uh, I could avoid the sunlight.
Yeah. 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 I feel particularly bad for those rickshaw pullers, those who have
Because
to step out, right? Those roadside stalls, fruit
yeah,
vendors, food vendors. Yeah.
forget
It's
about the different office workers, but of course those who are working on the street,
uh-huh.
and especially if we talk about farmers as well, because that is the season they have to work on the farm.
Yeah.
So it is quite tricky for them to work in those heat and survive there.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. And interestingly, our topic for today is climate change. Did you get a chance to go over the document?
No, I couldn't.
Okay. So I really like the direction that we are going towards. Okay. So we're gonna discuss some questions related to climate change, and you can feel free to ask me some questions as well. All questions are
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So, what do you think? What should be our individual initiative to curb climate change, to mitigate the wrath of this adverse weather conditions that we have been seeing over the past 10 years? What do you think?
Well, the first thing is the pollution. Because of pollution, we are uh, getting all such dire conditions as far as weather is concerned. So we have
Mhm.
to curb the carbon emissions and all other ways to curb pollutions first, because unless we work on this front, we will not be able to curb or face with this climate change, or the increase or the surge in temperature.
Mhm.
Of course. What do you say about this?
Yeah, you are bang on, especially when you pointed out pollution. Yep. I think the number of increase in vehicles and vehicular emissions is quite alarming. I feel that. So I think we also have this EVs now in place, right? In order to mitigate at least whatever, you know, if uh, this what do you call this? This vehicles, all the vehicles, EV is at least one initiative is in the forefront, which can help to mitigate some of those air emissions or carbon emissions that we have in the air. Now, quite recently, you saw this air pollution in Delhi. The air quality index was quite severe, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And some other minor actions that can be taken. For example, whenever we go outside,
Hmm.
we use our personal vehicle lot many times, so we
Hmm.
can curb that. Or if we are going outside just for a kilometer or two, we can use public vehicles, or we can even go on our foot, because walking on 1 kilometer would be good for health as well. So
Hmm.
if person starts initiating these tricks, it's like, if we think it in particular, we it can sound very very meager, but if everybody starts doing it, so that will accumulate, the amount will increase, and the impact will also increase.
Hmm. Do you think our government is doing anything in order to just make sure this climate change is not aggravated, or in order to, let's say, to maybe slow down the process of climate change, because it's eventually is going to happen, right? But at least what we can do is to slow it down. So, what are some initiatives you think the government has taken so far, or has it even taken any initiative? Or is it just keeping its head in the sand? What do you think?
Well, I think that whatever initiative that is discussed by the government, most of them are just on the paper, they hardly work. So we talk about climate change, uh, and then on the other front, we are
Hmm.
improving some part, or in the name of development, we
Uh-huh.
harm our nature to such extent, then how would it help? So I think that no matter what, we are living in a dystopian society in such a way that everything boils down to benefit, and whatever
Mm.
project is there, all on the basis of the commercialization. So main focus is money and something else, but not on this front. We people hardly care, like the way we use appliances, AC, or other appliances.
That's a good
We
point.
can think of reducing the uses of that, but
Yeah.
no, the moment we are unable to afford, we think like that. But the time we have afford, we use the AC even at the temperature of 30 degree.
Um,
So everyone is responsible for that. It's not only government. We as a human being, like, no matter what we discuss, even in the terms of cleanliness when we talk, so
mhm.
only not the government too, but people are responsible, because unless we change our way of life,
Yeah.
unless we contribute, nothing will happen. What do you say about this?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Because I have seen the wrath of Mother Nature quite closely. Do you remember the
Right.
flood over here in Sikkim? Like that happened a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
The
of
flood
course. Right.
took away a lot of lives, and people say that yeah, it's because of all these uh, because people end up building a lot of dams over here, right? So which was completely against the nature, and people had just raised their voice when the dam was built, but after many years, when they didn't listen, the builders of dam, they didn't listen, because it's just to generate money. The reason why they built the dam was to generate electricity, and with with that you just make money out of it. But this dam was completely illegal, which I think it was. and many people have had voiced uh, the construction of dams. But later on, after many years, yes, the dam was it was due to some cloudburst, the dam couldn't hold the strength of the river. And after that, it burst and took away a lot of lives. So that, I think, that is one example of.
And the same goes, I mean, the same kind of situation we witnessed in that those areas of Uttarakhand, like Joshimath, where
Ah,
the
yeah.
sinking of land and all that. So
Ah.
all these things are being happened because we are damaging nature, or we are playing with nature in such a way that we are not taking care, because there should be a balance. Of course, people are living there, so we need to work for their development as well. But we should do something in sync. Like we should not go after nature in such a way that it creates such a havoc later.
Mm, yeah. So, what about plastic use? People have been using plastic quite extensively, although there are some government initiative to just put a ban on these plastic, but still, it's in use. So, what do you think about that?
Definitely. And the same goes with that as well, that it's the people who use. So we will have to be careful, or we will have to be educated on this front, that okay, these are for our good. If we are avoiding, it will help nature, and it will help our next generation. Like when we use such things, for example, we were talking about plastic use. In the same way, if we talk about electricity, so you know, even if you are not using such appliances, you will leave it on mode. It would be switched on. You
Mhm.
hardly switch it off. So we have been doing all these things, and the moment we if we are aware, like if some people are aware and they are using it the way it should be, they use only because they want to cut off the electricity bill. Otherwise they would not be
Yeah.
that careful.
Okay.
The
Okay. Okay.
same goes with plastic uses as well. Even though there have been so many uh, I mean, so many rules regarding that as well, it is in use, and we not only use, but we throw it, uh, or we litter it everywhere.
Yeah. This is something that
That's
I really don't like about people. They just go on littering everywhere, the plastic, and it's something that cannot be decomposed even after 100 years. Is what I've heard.
yes. And the same goes with polluting river as well. One side we treat like the river like Ganga as goddess, but then we emit all our seeper in the Ganga itself, and that also directly. So on this front, I would like to blame the government as well, because the municipality and the government, everyone is aware, but they are not doing anything unless you come up with a proper plan how to purify that and then emit. So it's a mixture of both people and government. Everybody is
Yeah.
working for their own benefit, so they
Uh-huh.
hardly these things hardly matter to them. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
What would you
I think just the initiative from government will take you so far unless people they come together and really get serious about this alarming issue which is there. Can you tell me on what are the ways this plastic affects our environment and our health? What are other ways?
uh, because it doesn't I mean, it doesn't decompose so easily, and because of that it affects uh, problem to our health as well. And
Uh-huh.
of course it creates pollution, and that in the end adds up to different kind of disease, or aggravates the disease. So
Mm.
why it's like I'm beating around the bush because I do not have the exact idea of how plastic affects. But yeah, these are the issues because of which we don't want to use it, or we have all these rules that we should not use it, of course.
But sometimes I also feel that on the flip side, of course, the plastic has been the greatest invention so far. Don't you feel so? Everything is made of plastic, and it has made our lives much more convenient.
Yeah.
Like, even,
So
yeah.
that is why only it is said that if it is reusable, use them, recycle them, and then use it again. But don't throw it. But even after that, we are not ready with that. We are bound to live in our own world, so we will throw it, we will litter it away anywhere, and
No.
then use it. We'll keep on using
Yeah.
at our comfort.
I think this proper waste management is something people should be a little aware of.
Right.
Like managing your waste, especially plastic waste. When it goes down, like you said, when it goes into rivers, it pollutes, and obviously the water life. It's kind of terrible to see that the water, everywhere, as a matter of fact, right? It's just kind of
Yeah.
I just think it's not because it's properly managed.
Right.
And I think we are good to go. Don't you feel so? Even with plastics in the environment, I think we are good to go because it is not as detrimental as those pollutions that's being emitted into our environment and cause a lot of airborne diseases. Not just airborne, but different kinds, waterborne diseases, airborne
Of
diseases.
course, I mean, the way I was saying about different inventions, like there
Uh-huh.
have been different, even recently, different inventions with the other engineers or scientists that they have come up with some great ideas that how we can use plastic even in making roads.
Hmm.
So using plastic while uh, building roads as well.
Wow. Is that even a possibility?
Yeah,
Okay.
because if the yes, I mean, there have been some techniques which will be utilized, and after that, that would be used it in in such a way that the life of that road will increase. So if that is used with other mixture, it's not
Okay.
like the pure plastic road. Of course,
Uh-huh.
with other materials, it would be mixed in that and used, and then the life of the road will increase.
Uh,
So there are different ways to recycle and reuse them. It's just that we have to be aware of uh, not littering it and not throwing it anywhere where they mix up with different things and pollute them
mm,
in
yeah.
the environment itself.
Okay. 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 All right. Wow. Today you're expressing yourself really well, Raj.
Okay.
Yeah. The number of expressions that we have used, some different pieces of vocabulary, curb, mitigate, aggravate, a lot of things which I can't recall at the moment. But the thing is that the way you are very clear about what you want to say, the idea is there, you are structuring your thoughts quite effectively. And I think
Okay.
the conversation went quite well because it was not like I'm correcting your mistakes or speaking with a learner. I felt like it was just a discussion on climate change, which is definitely not one of my strongest area, but still, I tried to keep up with you.
Yeah,
Just
of
because,
course.
yeah,
And even I was clueless at some point of time what to say, but I managed
yeah,
somehow with a general answer, because
yeah,
it is not possible for anybody to be uh, knowledgeable about everything. So it's
yes,
just that if you are encountered at such a position, you have to come up with some general answer. So that's what I tried.
yeah, definitely, and you did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
So, on what aspect do you think that you still need to be working upon at the moment, especially in terms of language?
The two fronts that I had talked with you in the starting, I'm still working on those, like pronunciation and non-verbal communication.
Uh-huh. Did you look up connected speech on the internet, which I asked you to earlier?
Uh, Connected speech. No, I forgot that. Thank you for reminding me again. I was doing all that, the shadowing and other things, but of course,
Shadowing is
after
also
that, I got busy in the wedding season, and I have started again. So it's not that when I got busy, I was not doing. Of course, I was not busy whole day, so I was doing that. But yeah, it happens.
how was the wedding though?
Oh, it was lovely. It was lovely.
Mm,
And
okay.
I mean, we enjoyed a lot because it was one of our friends with whom we always used to be together. Like every Sunday we have a get together, and he used to join all of us. So all of us got the chance to enjoy it, and we enjoyed we a quality time together, and it was wonderful. Like all things considered, it was great.
Mm. Yeah, when's your turn?
Yeah.
When's your turn now?
Okay, my turn. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you have not made any plans so far, I believe.
Yeah.
What is it? Do you have any plans laid out? Maybe in the
And
next
what
2 weeks?
about you?
I'm equally
What about?
clueless.
Okay, equally clueless.
Yeah. So I'm not focusing anything about the future at the moment. Just focusing on what I should be doing right now. And I do have short-term
Right.
goals. Yeah, and if it aligns with my career and as well as my regional goals, definitely things will be falling into place.
Right,
And
right.
I'm quite optimistic about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Any plans
I'm
you
going
have?
with the same mindset.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Not any plan like the you talked about short goals, and I have already shared with you that what I'm trying, and
Yeah.
I'm curious to know that how much more time I'm going to take to reach there. So the short goal is of course there. I have to reach first there and then retain my place at that position for some time and feel comfortable. Feel I should feel that okay, I have found my niche, and then after I will start looking forward to doing something other or extra in the future for sure.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. In this journey, it's you'll never feel satisfied, especially in the journey of becoming a teacher, because there's so much to learn, so much to acquire, so much to gain.
Yeah, I mean, satisfaction is something that is subjective for sure.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm trying to say is first finding out that niche that okay, now I am okay with whatever I'm doing. From here onwards, I feel that I can, I mean, I'm ready for the worst. It's
Ah,
not that if the worst comes, I would be clueless what to do.
yeah. Ensure that you have already embarked on this journey and you're doing really well. And
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
And we are almost done. I mean, you have given some extra time for sure. And
Ah,
you
yeah,
would have
yes,
to take
normally,
another.
yeah, I have another session lined up.
Yeah.
I normally go a little over the top, especially with the timing. So never have been quite diligently following the time and schedules. But anyway,
Okay, sure. Yeah, but
we'll,
of course you have to join another one. So
yes,
uh,
yes.
bye
We'll
for
keep it
now
till, yeah,
and
yeah,
see you in
definitely.
another session. Have a nice
Of
day.
course, of course. Yeah, you too, you too. All right. Have a good day, Raj. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.